This is a First and 10 Monday on Coaching Football with Brian Clee.
So in this First and 10 Monday, we're going to look at using motion to run a triple option concept and some complementary plays off that. First off, I think you got to have a plan. Hey, we aren't always going to motion, so normally we would motion the second receiver to be our pitch face. Okay, so if ultimately they're giving you leverage to throw quick game out there, I think you take advantage and you go throw that. One of the things we look at is just a simple, what we called high-low switch. You got a fade, you got an out. If they don't have some sort of curl flat defender who can make sure they get to the flats, you got a one-on-one on the corner. If they're not bringing pressure, we can mirror that on the other side, where the tight end would have a corner route, the H would have the arrow, the low route, and then the A back again, if there's not pressure, he could be releasing, and you really get kind of like a stick type concept there from a really condensed formation. The other option that I really like, if that corner would walk up some, and he's flat out probably manning up number one, one's got the hitch, and then work out to try and get open, and you hit with the smash concept. That's what we typically would call helo. You could play around with trying to get the arrow out of the tight end and the corner out of the H-back, and again, your sit down from the A-back. Quarterback getting his drop. Our pass pro, the pass pro I prefer to use is half slide. So our tackle, he's looking for that 5. Everyone else is part of the slide here, because if we're going against what would typically be considered a traditional overfront, the guard has a 2-eye in his play side gap. So make sure we give you the whole blocking scheme. And so that would be our no motion play. If for some reason quick game's wide open, let's take it. Okay. What this video is really about is, all right, let's bring the slot receiver in motion, and we're going to run veer triple. I'm cool. A lot of guys like running inside zone to a 3 technique and making sure, I guess we're the 3 techniques on the backside of the zone, but our thinking as a veer team has been, hey, that's the play side. So there's our A back, aiming for the near A gap. Our guys are going to be zoning to the left. We'll be making the 6-eye the dive key, and then the 90 technique, the outside backer outside of them, the pitch key. Ultimately, we'd be going Zorro triple and be working the ball off to our right now, because maybe they take and rotate the secondary, they put their strong safety down or overhang, and they're covering up our twin side. Let's go away from them. So there's our triple. That 6-eye squeezes. Quarterback's going to pull. He's reading the 90 technique for diver pitch. 90 comes in, pitch it out. The tight end should be arcing. He is looking to block the corner for pitch. That is what the tight end's assignment would be. They all collapse and pitch it out. If that 90 technique obviously works out, quarterback's going to tuck it and get vertical. Okay, if that 6-eye would come out, we've got the ball in A gap there. So veer right triple, that's kind of what everything gets started off. Okay, now if they start rocking the secondary some, so we go in motion, they match that, and the secondary rolls with it. Well, there's nothing extra if the ball gets out to the perimeter on the other side. So running counter, I think, is a huge play, and we would run a counter super, which means our tight end's going to pull and be part of it. So we've got a stock block. He's gap double. They're doubling back. Center's blocking back. Guard, pull and kick. H, wrap, and you are looking up and in. Linebacker, or maybe that safety coming back. Tackle, gap step, hinge on that 6-eye. and then the Y is wrapping. He's looking outside as he comes through the funnel. Quarterback steps up, A-back ends up making it look exactly like the start of Veer, and then follows all the pullers to possibly get a really, really, really big gain. If for some reason the ball will get spilled out, everyone goes wider. The nice part, if this guy's rolled back, which would be, you're either calling it because the secondary rotates or the linebackers overplay the motion. That's why you would be calling the counter. If for some reason maybe they're blitzing this guy off the backside and the linebackers are running too hard with the motion, okay, go ahead, do whatever you want back there, stalk, run a route. That part doesn't matter. We could run quarterback power and make it look exactly like the other three plays. So we got our motion, our pitch fake, fake the counter out of the A-back, and now run quarterback power to the right with all this misdirection. Okay? So in just your standard power, blocking back with the center, gap step hinge with the tackle, get our double team on the 3 technique back. Okay, that linebacker overruns it, take the next linebacker. You know, this could be a huge, huge play. Most of the time with the 6-eye, we're going to make him the kick out. Our tight end's arc into that 90 technique. He's probably going to pitch. If he's flat out going to pitch, don't chase, go to the corner, get our kick out, and then what makes power power, come wrap around the double team nice and tight. That 0 technique that's overrunning, hopefully he gets out there, turns into a kick out. Quarterback up tight through the butt of the guard. And then the last thing, maybe the corners getting down, safeties getting over. Both these guys have pinched it real, real hard. Oh, there's a void. We can go play action pass. We go with what would be switch pass. So once again, same motion. He's going to be your check down. The motion guy can be the check down. We would end up being half slide to the left this time. When we go half slide, I drew that up wrong for a second. The guard has nothing to slide to right away in his A-gap, and the running back's fitting for that A-gap on the pass pro. So he would take a potential blitz in the A-gap if that would happen. And then the guard and tackle, they're one-on-one here. They're not part of the slide. And then what we're ultimately doing on switch pass, we're going to send a guy down the seam. Okay? If the safety takes that, we're going to hit this wheel out here. Okay? So our routes, we've got a seam route, we got a wheel route. That corner's getting too nosy. He's playing to the flats. He's becoming that third guy that takes away the pitch. Hit him, and then on the backside, bring a 10-yard drag across so he gets into the vision of the quarterback late. So quarterback would be looking seam to wheel to check down, and we normally don't get there, but every once in a while we've found that route twice this past season, coming across after the play is a little bit broken down. The deep routes are matched, the pitch is matched. That corner is typically in trail, and the safety is usually over the top of either the seam or the wheel. Most likely he's going to be over top of the seam. So we would throw that backside if the corner would actually realize the wheel's happening. Match. Maybe the outside backer pushes to there. That would come open late. So some ideas of using motion to get to a veer triple concept. If the secondary over rotates or the linebackers over pursue, counter. If you can hit the ball up inside, you like your quarterback running. If you're running veer triple, you probably don't mind your quarterback running some quarterback power. And then if the secondary cheats, play action, pass off, all that. So some ideas for using motion against an even one-high team to run veer triple and complements off of that.
If you think it would be fun to participate in a 1st and 10 Monday in some way, shape, or form, whether that is you presenting an offensive formation or two and how you would go about game planning against how I would try to defend that, and I'm going to exchange some ideas about how we're going to game plan to defend that offensive concept and those formations, or if you want to flip that script and you want to have me present an offensive formation or two and some offensive concepts and how we're going to game plan for how you would go about trying to defend us, and your exchanging your ideas about how to put together a defensive game plan to stop that, that'd be great. There's my contact information. Hit me up on Twitter, leave a comment down below, or shoot me an email.